Hello and welcome to Lesson 5P. I can find the area of quadrilaterals, including parallelograms, rectangles, rhombi, square, trapezoids, and kites. For the most part, this is going to be a lot of review. These are things you should already know. A lot of it's on the mastery test, but it's a good wake-up call. All right, guys, by far our easiest equation is area of a parallelogram, where area equals base times height, where remember, my base and my height are always perpendicular no matter what. So for example, over here, this is a parallelogram. They tell me that I could rewrite the 9 down here. The 9 is my base, and the height is perpendicular to it, that's 6. Notice it's not actually a segment of the parallelogram, and that's okay. So my area, which is base times height, is equal to 6 times 9. So my area is 54, and that would be units squared. All right, and rectangles, rhombi, and squares, those are all types of parallelograms. So this area equals base times height works for all of them. Sometimes we write it differently though. You'll see in rectangles, we'll sometimes say that area equals length times width. Well guys, those length and those widths are essentially your base and your height of the rectangle. The rhombus, you can also use area equals base times height, but it also has a special equation, one that you probably haven't seen before, where area equals diagonal 1 times diagonal 2 over 2, where D stands for diagonal. That one's probably new, and we're going to see him again here in a second. So you've got two ways to calculate the area of a rhombus, base times height or diagonal 1 times diagonal 2 divided by 2. Now the square, if we do base times height, well in the square all sides are the same length. So the base times height of a square is side times side, so your area really is just side squared. But again, for all of these, base times height works, okay? Let's look now at this figure down here. This is a rhombus. And here, we know that's a rhombus because all the sides are congruent, and I can label all of these congruent sides 13. That makes me happy, right? However, do you notice how I don't have this distance here. I don't have a height in order to use my base times height formula. What I do have, on the other hand, are some labels of the diagonals. And if we recall, in any parallelogram, the diagonals are bisected. So if this is 12, this is also 12. And if this is 5, this is also 5. We also know that's a right angle. Not as important, but we know it's a right angle. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use my area equals diagonal 1 times diagonal 2 divided by 2 formula. And guys, keep in mind that diagonal stands for the whole diagonal. Well, the whole length of this diagonal is not 5, it's 5 plus 5, which is 10 times, and the whole length of this diagonal is really 12 plus 12, which is 24, and then we're going to divide by 2. So 10 times 24 is 240, divided by 2 gets me 120 units squared. And that would be my answer for that guy. That's his area. The trapezoid has a pretty cool formula. Really, at the end of the day, the trapezoid is the average of the bases times the height. And what that looks like, the average of the bases is base 1 plus base 2 divided by 2 times the height. You'll see this put together in a lot of different ways. You might see 1/2 parentheses b1 plus b2 parentheses times h. I like it this way because this is effectively the average of your bases times the height. And again, b1 is perpendicular to h, and b2 is also perpendicular to h. So notice bases and heights are always perpendicular no matter what. So let's figure out this problem here. Here, 6 is going to act as my b1, that's my first base. 14 is b2, and the 6 is my h. They're all perpendicular, so it looks good to me. So I'm going to do B1, that's 6, plus B2, which is 14, divided by 2, times my height, which is 6. Well, 6 plus 14 is 20, divided by 2 gets me 10 times 6, or 60 units squared. All right, now let's talk about kites. You know, I just said before, we're about to see that rhombus formula again. Here's where you're going to see it in kites. The area of a kite formula is the same formula as the second area of a rhombus formula. That diagonal 1 times diagonal 2 divided by 2. They're the same formula. So we still need the lengths of both diagonals in order to find this. Well, if you look here, we know that this diagonal is 6 plus another 6 would get me diagonal 1 is 12. But we have a small problem. This diagonal, IG, is not bisected. So even though I know this piece here is 6, I don't know what this is. So I'm going to call him X. Now, if you're paying attention, we have actually a right triangle right here. See that, guys? That's a right triangle. I know the side length is 10, one side is 6, and my missing side, X, I can find with Pythagorean theorem. So I'm going to do that. 6 squared plus X squared equals 10 squared. So that's 36 plus X squared equals 100, or X squared equals 64. So that missing side length is 8. So if that's 8, that means that diagonal 2 is 6 plus 8, which is 14. So now we're going to plug that into our equation. Area equals 12 times 14 over 2. And we're going to find that our area is 84 units squared. All right, guys, so those are your formulas. I want you now to do the MML. Thank you very much.